is the season to build. This is a season to take advantage of what you're doing. But if you don't have a strategy, then what can you do? The whole idea of infinite wealth strategies, I came up with the name because I said there's infinite wealth, meaning that you have an abundance mindset. You have an abundance mindset, but you need a strategy in order to be able to bring your wealth forth. You can use podcasts, you can create content, you can use the stock market, options, crypto. You know what I'm saying? You can create you a Shopify store. You can do drop shipping, right? I mean, there's an abundance of things. I can go on forever. There's so many lists of things. You can be writing you a book. You can go make you a movie, film it on your phone, and put it on Tubi or something. We live in a time of infinite abundance. What happens is that a lot of us have mental health issues and metaphysical health issues, right? Emotionally, you're not in this plane. You're not in this reality emotionally, right? You're not present to all of the opportunities that exist today. There's people living in yesterday. There's people living in years ago. People living in traumas. People living in future stress. They're not really in 2024 going into 2025. I'm in 2025 already. I'm here, which means that I clearly see the time that I'm living. Like, I see the technology, I see the opportunity, I see the innovation. I understand the space, I understand the time. Yeah. 7 years ago, I was telling people invest in Bitcoin. It was like under $10,000. I think I remember telling one of my homies it was at 3,000. He's like, I don't understand it enough. Well, if you ever let ignorance stop you from interacting with something, that's a fool's game. Because all you had to do was that same money, and my brother, he was in real estate. He get money. He's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. But at that time, I'm sure he bought a house for a few $100,000. He'd take that same amount of money and he'd have bought those Bitcoins that I was telling him about, that I literally sat down, had a whole entire meeting with him for. He would have been able to retire from what he's doing now. So people say that it's early. With all these things, you got Web3 coming, right? It's here, actually. You got VR, you got AR, you got spatial reality. You have new digital governments being produced, new network nodes being produced, right? My future subjects that I'm about to talk about, especially during this tour, we about to get deep. I have the subject. Sometimes I have to wait till Allah gives me the subject and he grants me the permission to tell me, what should you go tell the people? What should you teach them? Let's go around. Man, those who tune in, they're going to be tapped in for sure. They're going to be tapped in for sure. I have my subject. I understand. My goal has always been to enlighten us on the future, right? I've started groups. Some groups didn't work out. I worked with some niggas that I should have never worked with. But I ain't even gonna say that. Actually, I'm happy. I'm happy it happened because now I get to take all of that experience and information to make sure that whatever I do forward, I'm utilizing that knowledge so that it goes much better. And so you actually have to be grateful for your lessons you learned, because I think you spit at God when you have regrets, right? It's like the teacher is teaching you and you acting like you're burdened by the lessons. No, take them and graduate. Take them and graduate. People may try to hold you by your lessons. You could fail a class 2-3 times, right? But the moment that you actually succeed, right, you may actually have taken more from that lesson than somebody who actually figured it out the first time. So I bought that same bot from Chris Ass. It didn't work. Thought it was. But here we are in 2000 going on 2025. Now, I know how to pick business partners. I know how to make sure I see the signs. Now, when I get into things, you best be sure they're fully vetted to make sure that they are correct.
You had to learn.
There's no naivety in my game whatsoever. So now when people move forward with me, they're taking all the lessons from the past and they got a better general that's leading them into the right direction. Failure is not respected enough in our culture unless it's followed up by an extremely huge win.
Like a movie.
But failure is the process to bigger wins. So if you failed a lot, that means you've learned a lot, inshallah. That means that you've had a lot of lessons. That's a lot of schooling. So I am extremely excited and happy for all my failures. I'm excited for my next mistakes because I'm going to learn so much from them. And I think that we need to stop acting like everybody comes out the womb perfect. You know, we all go through things and we grow through things if we have the right mindset. And those who don't grow through them, right, they slow through them. They still stuck in it. They still trying to figure it out. They still roaming their own emotions and minds trying to figure out how do I go from this place to the next. You feel me?
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, I brought a lot of groups together. And it's funny, I was talking with my brother ASAP Ferg about this yesterday because he was talking about ASAP Mob, and it's like, Allah also had to tell me that I understand your heart and I put it on your heart so that you can continue to bring people together. But I also need you to understand that you don't need people at all. And by need people, I want you to understand that that value that you're getting from what you're doing with others, you can actually get this by yourself. So I'm going to set you out there by yourself to go do it first, to show you that value, right? Then when you come back and you connect with other people, you're doing it from the right space and you're doing it from the right place, right? Because sometimes that connection that you have to others, that unity can become a crutch because you become dependent upon, right, everything to go right, right? And then you stop seeing the self-value, right? And then you only see the strength in the numbers instead of the strength in self. And then you could become lazy because you start to depend on the group setting, right? Instead of you continuing to grow and rise. So sometimes Allah makes sure that he don't make you too comfortable too early. He said, man, if I get in brother's success too early, he's not going to go on to then shift the world the way that I know he could. I could make, like, this thing could work out to where you can get hundreds of millions of dollars too early. Then you lose some of that spirit. So no, I got to take you through a little more friction first. So when I finally give you the resources, right, you're in that right place to do with the resources, right, the right thing. Because I see a lot of people that sometimes success comes so early, they become too soft. They ain't got no more fight in them. They got too much to lose. Nah, I got to take you through more. So when you get it, number one, it doesn't mean as much. What means more is the fight. Right? A lot of great fighters, they lose that spirit. They lose that spirit. Right? Because the belts mean more than the fighting. The money means more than the actual fight. You got to remember what you're fighting for. Then when you get it, you delay gratification until the ultimate battle, the ultimate war is won. And then that war is always a self-war.
That's real. That's real.
I think delayed gratification is one of the best mental techniques for a person to continue to have success for a very long time. Because a lot of times, it's like working out. We go to the gym. Oh, we feel good. You know what? I can skip a few days. Or I'm not going to go today. Right? No.
Go.
You have to delay the gratification for a much, much bigger goal. You have to look at where you at and say, I ain't nowhere. Well, why? Is because your body will literally tell your mind that's enough. Your body, you have to understand that your mind is not your friend. Not until you make it your friend. Your mind will literally go against you. It will tell you that's enough. It'll tell you don't do that. Because your mind doesn't want you to go through the stress. Why you think you in the gym, they don't want you to work out. They don't want you to be picking up big ass weights. It's telling you don't do that. It's giving you negative thoughts all day long. All day long. It's giving you negative thoughts all day long.
That's true. Can't say that ain't true.
And, and you have to override that process
Yeah.
consistently with affirming thought and say, you know what, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm still going to do it.
That's how I
Then
do
you
it.
in there, you're working out. And then what happens is you consistently increase that threshold for pain, for tolerance, for resilience. So now that thought don't even kick in until it's a harder circumstance.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't trust your own mind.
Nah.
Sometimes it be your own family.
Yeah.
They be telling you stuff. Don't quit that job. Don't go do that. Don't go do that. They just looking out for you. They don't know. They don't know if you can handle the pressure. That's up to you to prove that you've evolved into. So when it comes to building wealth, it's not, everybody is not gonna make it. I've learned that now. You can't take everybody with you.
That's true for sure.
When it comes to building wealth, everybody's not gonna make it. But for those who are already, and they say, you know what, I'm gonna do the steps. Because you want the freedom. You want the growth, you want the success, you want that life. A lot of people that hear words, I don't even like, sometimes I don't even like saying the word crypto because I feel like it comes with a connection to an emotion. But what are we really talking about? We really talking about opportunity. We talking about growth. We talking about our time. We talking about unleashing our freedom, empowering ourselves. We talking about being able to wake up and exist on our own time, right? What is it? What would it mean to wake up and exist on your own time? What would it mean to be the one that can provide